So speaking of holding back, most teams in the NFL now, Tori, are going to this two running back system. We see it in Dallas with the Zeke and Tony Pollard. We see it in Arizona with James Conner and the guy they picked up from the Miami Dolphins. His name slipped out of my mind right now, but we are seeing it very it's almost starting to be common in the NFL. Do you still value a running back as a first, second, third round pick now that the NFL is going to this two running back system?
If anything, it increases the value of the running back in those types of leagues because your Alvin Kamara's, your CMC's, your Aaron Jones, your Derrick Henry's, your Zeke's and stuff like that, the ones that do get a lot of catches out of the backfield, and I'm going to backtrack and not even say Zeke because actually Tony Pollard gets more catches out of the backfield and probably going to be the more productive back for the Dallas Cowboys this year. Right. Those backs that have good receiving skills and that can still run the rock now have become more and more valuable in our leagues. So, your Tony Pollards are going to probably get 5-6 catches, maybe for, say for 35 yards, maybe, 10, 12 carries, maybe another 65 yards, but they're probably going to get a touchdown in there. It's going to relegate those players like Zeke, AJ Dillon, you're more of your power back types to your goal line situations or those 3rd and 1 situations, those tough yard situations. And that's really what the league has come to, like, depending on where you play, what time of year it is and all that stuff, different running backs are going to have different values at each time. But if you have a running back that is considered your number 1 running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield, that made them all the more valuable in your league. I know I play in a PPR league, and running backs, if you're in the first 6 picks, chances are you're probably taking a running back. This year I'm gonna, it'll probably be Jonathan Taylor will most likely go number 1 overall.
So I like how you threw out some names out there with Alvin Kamara, CMC, and other names out there that are going to be probably missing some games this season. If CMC falls to you on the 4th, 5th, 6th pick in your draft, are you drafting a player like CMC that we know has had injury history?
Yeah. Personally, for me, myself, I would probably pass. I would probably at that point, because you're going to be able to get the probably number 1 or 2 rated wide receiver in the league. I would probably at that point take the number 1 or number 2 rated wide receiver. If CMC comes back around and is still there in the 2nd round, yeah, I'm taking him in the 2nd round just because a 1st round pick on CMC is just too risky. His last 2 years have been cut short, completely short because of injuries. So right. Do I really want to waste my 1st round pick on a guy that most likely is probably going to miss the most important part of the season for me, and that would be the fantasy playoffs.
Right. So let me ask you this question here. Since we're talking about CMC, there is a quarterback controversy that is happening in Carolina. We don't know who is going to be the starter. When you go into your fantasy draft, do you take that into play? Do you say, well, I don't know who the quarterback is going to be, so I don't know what type of running back this guy is going to be, or do you simply base it off of just potential?
I would base it straight up off of his potential. I mean, CMC was putting up numbers when Cam Newton couldn't throw the ball more than 5 yards down the field. Granted, he had that Cam is kind of a secondary option because they could run RPO, to perfection with Cam there. But again, he put up those kind of numbers with Cam not even being able to lift his arm above his head. Right. So that tells you everything you need to know about CMC when he is healthy. That's the big question right there, though, is when he is healthy and if he's going to be healthy.
So one last question on the running back situation here. You said you would probably take JT first overall, which he is the Indianapolis Colts running back here. Many people have him going as the best fantasy player this year. Give me a sleeping running back that you could probably get in the 5th, 6th, 7th round that could put up some numbers.
I'm going to hold on to that answer for when we talk about rookies, because I actually have a rookie that's going to fit right into that time slot.
There we go.